He was the arena host for the New York Jets. He is involved with ESPN at a number of events. He actually got a start in cheerleading, but he has been a school para and has worked his way around the United States and was very excited here to come to you, so much that he literally came from a hospital. So let's give it up in your undivided attention to Mr. Chuck Lott.
Thank you, thank you. All right, what's going on, fellas and ladies? What's up? What's up? I know they like it. So I asked Mr. Farina what he wanted me to talk about, and he said, just come tell the kids who you are and how you became you. And he said, I work with the Jets and whatever. Y'all been to the Garden before? Y'all been to Madison Square Garden or Barclays for games? I host those games. So I'm the one on the microphone, on the screen, doing all the t-shirt giveaways and all the contests and stuff. I introduce all of, everything, all the fun stuff that happens at the games, the interviews and stuff like that. So I do that at the Garden, Barclays, I've done it at Citi Field. What else is here? MetLife. I think the only place that I haven't been to in New York is Yankee Stadium. I've done some stuff at UBS. Last year I was with the Jets and the Hornets at the same time. So we got some Hornets fans in here? It's rough this year, dog. So Mr. Farina said how I came to be, and I started to tell him the stuff that I did, because I've worked with every major professional sports league except for the NHL and the MLS. I've worked with St. John's University for the last 9 years or 10 years. And I'll be going back there when they have Coach Pitino as well. So I'm definitely going to talk to the basketball programs, like both boys and girls, to try to get y'all to some games. So y'all can check that out, whether it's at Carnesecca on campus in Queens, or we playing some games at UBS, and we're going to play some games at the Garden. So I'm definitely going to, pull some strings and make that happen for y'all at some point too. But how did I get there? We're going to do a question and answer in a couple of minutes, but how did I get there? Because I'm from Flint, Michigan. I'm not from here. And you probably could tell by the way I talk anyway. So, oh, no, I didn't. I don't know her name yet. It's all good. But I'm from Flint, Michigan, and New York is the 6th state that I've lived in. I lived in Michigan, Wisconsin, Missouri, Nebraska, New York, Nebraska, New York, North Carolina, and back to New York. Most of that happened because of cheerleading. Yeah, I was a cheerleader. I did all the flips, I threw everybody in the air. I think I only dropped about 4 girls, so it's okay. They all good, they don't hate me. But I went all across the world coaching cheerleading. And it's like, how in the world did you do that? Do a flip? Hold on. Real quick. Hold up. Splits, why the splits? That's what we associate with cheerleading? No, I'm not that kind of cheerleader. A backflip. Hold up, let me ask y'all this question. How old do y'all think I am? Oh, okay, so I'm getting some accurate numbers. I'm not flipping right now, man. I'm old, dog. Come on. Way too old. I can show y'all some videos on Instagram. That's the best we're gonna do right now. Video. That's fine. I'm not gonna do it right now though. I promise you that. I wanna walk home. So if I did a flip right now, y'all had to carry me out of here. I've been at the hospital all night. I ain't stretching nothing. It's all good. We'll get there. But cheerleading. But I got recruited to go to school to play basketball. So I went from the court to the sideline, and somehow I ended up on TV. I picked up track after basketball, and all of that happened because I had an open mind. I don't know what y'all want to do, but we can have that conversation in a couple of minutes. But when I was in college, I just knew I wanted to be the best at whatever it was I did. I didn't put myself in a box. I didn't put myself in a lane. I made my own lane, like I truly did. You know, and you guys have an opportunity to absolutely do that. Like 20 years ago, the stuff that y'all can do right now was not around. And you know, now I'm looking at everybody here. You know, we got the NIL stuff going on. We got social media. Like, are you a DJ for real? See, like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, when I was growing up, we didn't have people rolling around with decks, knowing Serato, like playing. You know what I'm saying? So y'all have all kinds of opportunities. We'll get to some questions. We can stop right now. What's up? NIL. So y'all heard about the college athletes that they starting to make money now? It's so, all right, so that's cool. We'll just have an open conversation here. NIL is name, image, and likeness. So basically that means that as a college athlete, before you could not make any money. Before you could not profit off of being an athlete at a school, but now you can do that. So you can go out and make a deal with whatever businesses down the street and stuff because you play basketball at St. John's University. And that, I mean, y'all can look that up, but that's what NIL is. But basically what I'm saying is y'all have so many opportunities, and don't think that you have to put yourself in a box or put yourself in one lane, because if you asked me 20 years ago today, would I be a cheerleader? I would have laughed at you. Because I was still playing basketball. I have no idea what happened. But along the way, I had a lot of fun. And that's really all it came down to. I mean, I made it to TV because I started out as a cheerleader. And all I did was made sure I was the best at what I did. You know, Mr. Farina said that, you know, you got to understand the work. And he was telling me about some of the teams that are here at the school, you know, and the work that y'all putting in and the results that y'all get. Like, so I don't think I have to talk about the work, because everything is work. Like, I'll be 40 next year and I'm working harder. I mean, this is the hardest that I've ever worked in my life. So when I was coming out of high school, I mean, I thought I knew everything. I thought I knew a lot of stuff, but you're gonna learn stuff every single day. Every single day. Like, Michael Jordan was my boss for a year. You're gonna learn stuff every single day. So, I mean, we can do some questions right now, because I don't really want to bore y'all with the role. But if y'all got any questions, we can go ahead and ask some questions, because other than that, we'll talk about TV and all that stuff. What's up, bro? Yeah, I was the in-game host and the backup. The question was, did I actually work with Jordan? Yeah, I was the backup PA announcer and in-game host for the Charlotte Hornets. How was it?
Education.
It wasn't hard. No. I'm just trying to think of how I want to say it, because, like, how was it? I love what I do. And basically my job is to get on the microphone and give you some information as entertaining as possible. Like, I love what I do, but it's not New York. Like, I feel that, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all know, if y'all ever get a chance to, definitely travel around the country, because you're gonna learn a lot of things in different areas of the country, but the energy here in New York, I mean, you can't really substitute it anywhere else. So it was cool. It was cool to announce an NBA game, because I just got off a plane from a trip, picked up my son from school, and I got a call that I had to show up at the arena. But I was PA in the game, not hosting the game. You know, and it's like, that's a whole different skill set. You know, and that, I was able to do that because when I started working with St. John's, I didn't put myself in a lane. It's like, all right, y'all need somebody else to do this, y'all need somebody else to do that. I did it all. So, yeah. Any other questions? What's up? Do I have any autographed merch? No, I do not. You know, it's funny, man. Like, Madison Square Garden is my office, so I see all these people come in and out of the building all the time, and, like, I don't, like, it's my job. So I can't really be like, oh my God, man, can I have your autograph? Like, I can't do that, even if it's somebody that I really want to meet or really want to talk to or something like that. Like, I got to keep my composure sometimes.
It's kind of frowned.
Yeah. I don't know if it's frowned upon, but, you know, there's a level of professionalism, you know, especially like if you see, you know, I'll definitely figure out how I can get y'all to a couple of games, because if you see the entertainment and like the production at a game, if you notice it, because y'all not noticing it, y'all having fun at the game, y'all trying to get a t-shirt, so everybody making noise and screaming and stuff, but you're not understanding that like somebody is in my ear counting me in at the exact second that I have to start and stop because the game is on TV. You know what I'm saying? So it's like down to the second I get emails with a spreadsheet where it's like down to the second from an hour before the game until the game ends. All that stuff is planned out. You know, so I mean, it's a lot of stuff that goes into all of that. Anybody else? I mean, we can do questions or what's up?
Would you choose a different career path? Would you change your career path or would you keep the same thing you're doing right now?
No regrets, right? If you could choose a different career path, would I? Absolutely not. And I say that because no one does what I do. So, you know, changing my career path would put me in somebody's box. Like, I'm not trying to be in somebody's box. I wanted to be me the whole time. And I had always tried to figure out what that was or whatever it was. But would I change what I did? Absolutely not. I've had a lot of fun. I've had a lot of wins. You know, this ring that I wear on my finger right now, it's for track and field. I told y'all I went to school to play basketball, but this is for track and field. Go ahead. This is for track and field because you know, I made a decision to go to a school and I had an open mind. I wanted to just go have fun. Coaches wanted somebody to jump. Hey man, I can jump. I don't know what's going on. And then, right, okay. So then I got a conference championship, and then I have an individual championship and a record as well in triple jump. So, okay. But like, even when I was doing that stuff, you know, like, who are you? How did you become you? When I was on the track, that was, oh my God, 16 years ago was when I broke the record. Was when I broke my record. And you couldn't tell me that I was gonna be on TV. Like, I'm gonna be on TV on ESPN2 on Sunday. Like, if y'all think I'm lying about anything that I'm saying, turn it on ESPN2 Sunday morning at 11, and then you gonna hear me. And you gonna see me too. No, Sunday at 11 a.m. Oh, that's the National High School Cheerleading Championship. So I do play-by-play. And I host some cheerleading championships on TV. You know, but there's been a lot of other stuff along the way. I don't even know, did I answer your question? Did I answer your question? Okay. Hold up, because you have one. I got a new hand. What's up? Go ahead. So remember your second question, because I want to jump in. The first question was, how does it pay? How well does it pay? So how do I say this? There's levels to this, right? When I first started out, I wasn't getting paid as much as I am now. It took me 10 years to build the trust and the delivery that I have and that brands have in me. So when I first started out, I didn't really care, honestly. It didn't pay well. I ain't gonna lie. It didn't pay well. But I didn't care about that. Like, I was just having fun. I was out there having fun. And I had a job. I was out on Long Island. I had a job, and I'd work 8 hours a day, and I'd run down to the city, and host games and drive around. And I mean, there was a weekend I worked all week. I had 2 events at Citi Field, an event at on Long Beach. Like, I was all over the place. And I was having fun because the event on Long Beach, I didn't get paid for it. That was a charity event. You know, so like but now it pays okay. It pays okay. Second question.
My second question, would you run 1v1
Would I would I run 1v1? What kind of race are you talking about? Like a 60? 100? A 60? I'm gonna need like, bro, I'm gonna need at least a month. Because I just started my track season. Because I still run, but I start way later than y'all do. This ain't open season racing on the old guy now. Like, I was a triple jumper. I can run fast, but it's all good. All right, so those are the 2 questions. All right. You got another question back there, bro? Mr. Student Council? You got another question? Hold on, what's up? They fooled over here. Y'all hold on.
question was, if you're trying to go into a career and you feel like it's not working out for you, how do you take that step back, and how do you know when to take a step back? Complicated.
The question is, it's not complicated at all. The question is, if you're in a career and you feel like you're stuck, how do you take a step back, or how do you know that you need to take a step back? And I thought you were going to say, how do you know if you should go into another profession? Because that's what people think about as well. So, all right, it's a loaded question, but it's not. You have to have patience in everything that you do, right? And right now, you know, my wife is telling me that my patience has been being tested. Because in my career, like, y'all heard all the stuff that I did, right? Like, and I didn't even tell you everything, but I've had a lot of wins in my career. So I haven't had to wait much. I haven't had to use my patience when it comes to my career up until recently. And so it's like, all right, how do you know when to take a step back? When you can't go nowhere, you're gonna have to take a step back. You know, because you can still push through, but you have to figure out where you are. You have to figure out what it is. And that does take work. You know, it took me some time to really look at my career and look at where I was and try to figure out what was going on. You know, you need a team for that. You got friends, you got family, there are professionals out there. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you need help to figure something out, don't be afraid to ask for help. You know, don't feel like you got to be so proud and so tough that you can't ask for help. If it's something that you want to do, if you don't ask for it, the answer is always no. Simple as that. So, what are some obstacles I've faced in my career? Well, you know, I just said that I've had a lot of wins. So honestly, I think the obstacles in my career were other people. And I say that, I say other people because who in here thinks they want to be an in-game host when they get older? Exactly, what's that? Right, so when I told my parents that this is what I'm doing, and also that started with cheerleading, like all the obstacles that I dealt with in my career came from the outside. So it wasn't really a push through, it was a stand firm in who I was to make sure I knew. I've always known who I was. So, you know, anytime an obstacle comes, it's kind of like the previous question. You have to be able to recognize where you are and take a step back and figure out what you need to do to go forward. And if you need to build a team, I've been slowly building a team of people that I can trust, that I can go to for help, that I can talk to, you know, and it's worked out. You got a question? You know what? I'm gonna be real with y'all. I didn't make the decision. My coach, well, I'll start with track. I knew I wanted to stay on the track team because our track team was better. It was more successful. We had a chance to win a championship, and I was trying to fill a couple of pieces on the team. So I knew that was gonna happen. I was gonna leave basketball, but then my coaches told me that there were people in my position that were better than me, and I was like, really? All right. So, I mean, I had to walk back to my dorm room with my tail between my legs because it really wasn't my choice to not play ball, at least at that school. Because I had other schools that were actively recruiting me, but my dad wouldn't let me transfer schools. I guess I could thank my dad for everything, because if I would have left my school and kept playing basketball, none of this would have happened. And, you know, not for nothing, me playing basketball was putting me in somebody else's lane. I come from Flint, Michigan. At the time, we had a lot of basketball players come out of Flint that went to D1, that went to the NBA, and so everybody wanted to play basketball and go to the league. I thought that's what I wanted to do. I love basketball, it's my first love, but like I wasn't tripping about going to the NBA. You know, that statistic is wild. I don't even know it off the top of my head, but the number of the ratio, it's bigger than that, bro. He said 1 to 2,000. It's bigger than that to get to the NBA. So I knew, like, yeah, I can hoop.
It was 156,000.
156,000. That is a lot. And so there were a lot of people who were like, that's it. I'm going to the league. All right. I'm just gonna have fun doing what I do. I made it to the league. I did make it to the NBA, so it worked out. So, hold up, y'all. Hold up, I can't hear Mr. Farina. Hold up. What's up?
Guys, he's met both my brother-in-law and my sister. We have to thank for actually fucking this for us up. But like, my family story, you asked about sports, my brother-in-law, who he knows, right? Who the guy who probably the script he was talking about probably came from him.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So he was a high school wrestler.
Yeah.
My sister wrestling in Portland. Now I'm talking WWE. My brother-in-law is maybe 5'10", maybe 100 pounds. But like, he loves the game of football. But he realized that the NFL wasn't in his future. And what did he do? He went out to hustle. Yo, the NBA may not wasn't in your future, but guess what? You're on the same court as LeBron or whatever. And it's part of the game, like do what you do.
I really was. I was a cheerleader for the Milwaukee Bucks, actually. Like, 13 years ago.
That's awesome.
Dang. All right, any more questions? Oh, wait, did you have another one? Did you have a question? You said.
No, have you ever experienced racism?
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
That's a loaded question. Elaborate as much as you want.
So we trying to get real on a Friday evening right here?
Let's be real.
So the question is, have I ever experienced racism
And how have you
in my career?
And how have you handled it? And how would you recommend handling it? For someone?
How have I handled it?
And
how would I recommend someone handling it? All right. Now y'all listen up real quick. Y'all listen up, because this one, I mean, yeah, it's reality, right? And we're gonna be real. I ain't gonna hold them back.
If I had to take a bet, most of the arena hosts are white, either male or female. Probably white female, the ones I've seen.
It varies, because there's a certain show that people are looking for. So it varies now.
Yeah.
But I can speak to my role as a PA announcer.
Okay.
So do you guys know what a PA announcer is? Yeah. Okay. The one at the game who you hear like, "Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for coming to the game today." Ooh, like, that's the PA announcer. You never see this person, but you hear this person. What's up? Public address announcer. Yeah, public address announcer. Okay, so most PA announcers are older white guys. Like, because
And they look creepy.
they speak a certain, they have that very particular enunciation, and you can understand every word that they say. So imagine, mind you, I said I'm turning 40 next year, and I've been PA announcing for 10 years. So imagine this young black guy walking up to an event like, hey, I'm the announcer. I actually had a physical, really, before. Because you don't see that. I went to a predominantly white school. So I've experienced racism quite a few times. I lived on a part of Long Island that really did not like people that looked like me. You know, and so it's, how do you handle that? And how would I recommend someone handling that? The first thing you have to understand about racism is that it is rooted in ignorance. Okay? And so you can't, I'm not gonna say you can't. You're gonna feel that emotion. It's gonna be tough, especially if you haven't dealt with it before. That first time it happens to you, it's gonna be shock. Okay, so it's gonna be easy for me to say this, but I'm gonna tell you to be still if you experience racism, because it's rooted in ignorance. And you don't know what else is coming behind that. You also don't know where it came from. So, that's just really like, don't pour gas on the fire. So how would I handle that? Don't pour gas on the fire. In my profession, how I handle that is I go do what I'm hired to do. There has not been a person that I've worked with that can say anything negative about what I've done. No one has a complaint about my show, whether that's a PA announcer, a host, whatever it is that I've done. And most of those things, I'm usually the first one. I'm definitely the first black one. So it's usually tough, but I get people to open their minds. You know, racism is a very closed mind. That's like, you really think that way. And there's nothing that I can tell you to think otherwise? Really? You can change your mind if you get information, if it makes sense to you. But for some people, it doesn't make sense. So that's a very closed mind. You know, do what you do, live your life, and, keep it pushing. Right. Does that answer the question enough? Do y'all feel that? Do y'all feel that, like, when y'all are traveling or, anywhere around the city, like, how do you handle that? Because you're gonna get a few stares. Especially in New York City, right? Like, I come from Flint, Michigan. We had black people, white people, and some Latinos. That was it. Not in Flint, no, not in Flint. At least at the time. That might be different now, but like, you come to New York City, you have everything. And like, you don't know who's who until they open their mouth. So who are you to pass judgment on somebody else? You don't know anything about this person. So how you gonna say something about somebody that you just saw walk down the street? Person ain't need to open their mouth yet. That could be your best friend, but you don't know that because you got a closed mind. Or, per the previous question or the question we're in, you're a racist. I'm not talking about y'all. Like, you're a racist and you're hating on this person just because of the way that they look. You know absolutely nothing about this person. The college I went to in Michigan, I went to school with people who had never seen black people in real life until college. So imagine, what y'all watching on TV? Wow. Imagine going to college and only knowing the people that you watch on TV by what you watch on TV. And thinking that that's the only way that these people act. That's bananas, dog. Like, really? But I went to school with people like that. So you have to have an open mind. And I said stand firm earlier. every single one of you stand firm in who you are. Everybody in here is different. You're different for a reason. And you know, that applies to all the other black people, all the other white people. Like, it applies to everybody. You are somebody. You don't have to be what Mr. Farina tells you to be. I mean, he's going to guide you in the right direction. But if you feel like, man, that's not what I want to do, you still have to be respectful and stand firm in who you are. If my parents had their way, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing right now. I'd be working in somebody's office from 9 to 5. I would still be at work right now if my parents had their way. I am at work right now, but I absolutely love what I do. Not a lot of people who can say that. That's really all it boiled down to. Like, your teachers that are here, they love what they do. I started out as a teacher, and I tell everybody, you're like, oh, Chuck, what was your favorite job? Absolutely, hands down, kindergarten teacher. I had kindergartners in Wisconsin. It was my favorite job because every day was different. Every day was different. You're learning something every day, especially at that age, you know? So do what you do. Stand firm. Any other questions? Who are some of the nicest celebrities? I don't know. I mean, you know what? That's tough because, like, what I do, I have to talk to them or interview them or whatever. Like, we're kind of buddy right then and there. So, I mean, everybody's pretty nice to me because we got to work together. We got to work together.
Where's your favorite place to work?
Madison Square Garden.
Why?
Why? It's the world's most famous arena. So Madison Square Garden, well, all right. I don't know if I'm going to cry or not, but so Madison Square Garden is where I met my wife. It's where, I know, right? My first son grew up in the Garden because he turns 8 this year, and we've been going to games by ourselves since he was 2 months old at the Garden. So my son has literally grown up in Madison Square Garden, and you know, the Big East tournament, I don't know, you know, you guys watch it on TV. You might watch it on TV. You know that UConn won the national championship this year. That's a Big East team. But it's the energy in Madison Square Garden. That's it. You know, out of everything that I do, everywhere that I've been, I'm on TV right now. I get way more excited to show up to the Garden than I do to be on TV. You know, it's because I love what I do. I didn't start doing what I was doing just to get on TV. I was just like, all right, let's have some fun at a game. You giving me a microphone? Bet, let's go. And then all this other stuff started happening because I stood firm in who I was. I made sure I was having fun, and I made sure I worked hard, and I was the best that I was the best. Anybody else? All right, man. Well, hey, I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a fantastic rest of the Friday night. And we're going to figure out what other teams do we have in here? We got basketball, girls and boys. What else? Okay. Yeah, we'll figure out how to get y'all to some of the D1 events and stuff so we can check them out. All right. Appreciate y'all, man. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, sir. I'm so happy to step out. Miss majority of it, but it's so good. We want to give you these for the missus. Thank you. All right. For the newborn. So congratulations. Congratulations. Thank you.
All right, guys, last thing before we go upstairs, I want to thank Mr. Chuck Lott. He can use his phone. Maybe we can get everybody, can we take a giant like selfie or group photo with Mr. Chuck Lott? Come on in, guys. Yeah, yeah.